What's up, you guys? Welcome back to V.S.O.P Sports Radio, where we only drink the finest of cognacs. I'm your host, Ryan, and today we're going to be covering today's hot topics. And I will be leaving timestamps so that you guys can jump right to whichever news, that catches your interest the most. But before we get into that, if you guys can do me a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button, because my philosophy is if you enjoy the vibe, why not like and subscribe? Now let's get into it. Nick Saban has retired from the NCAA as Alabama's head coach. He coached there for 17 seasons. He has 7 national championships, one of those being when he coached at LSU. Now, Alabama has failed to win the national championship the last 3 years. And I think at this point in Nick Saban's career, he's just like, you know what? To hell with it. I have nothing else to prove. And he sees just how much NIL is changing the college football landscape. He is not able to recruit the best of the best because now the best of the best are going where they've got the most of the most cash. Okay. College football is really starting to turn into something completely different. Talent is being bought more than ever. Now, back in the day, they used to do that type of stuff, but on the low. You really weren't supposed to know. It was all hush hush. But we've heard stories about players taking money here and there. But now that the fact that it's out in the open and it's big business, kids are going where the dollars are. There's really no more allegiances to schools per se, but to the cachet. With Nick Saban retiring as Alabama head coach, players like Shedeur Sanders is using this as an opportunity to recruit. Shedeur Sanders encourages Alabama players to transfer to Colorado University, sending out a tweet that said, "Alabama players, tap in." Let me tell you, Shedeur Sanders might have just the right plan, okay? Because in a season where they were heavily criticized for their lack of success, they already have been recruiting players like crazy. The transfer portal is open. And what better way for some of these stars who have lost the head coach, they don't know what's going to happen to the program, for those players who are the top players. Why not go to Colorado? Why not go somewhere where the eyes are going to be on you? The camera's going to be flashing. It's going to be on and popping. Like I said, they've already been doing a great job at their new recruiting class. But to get some of those big linemen in the trenches to help block for Shedeur, you're on to something. And I'm very interested to see what happens there. In other news, Kawhi Leonard has signed an extension with the LA Clippers. The LA Clippers are on fire right now, and it is clear that they are doing what they can to lock up their talent. This was the last year of Kawhi's deal. It's also the last year of Paul George's deal. And the Clippers, with the addition of James Harden, need to figure out a way to keep this nucleus together because these guys are going off. Kawhi just signed his deal, 3-year extension, $153. Now, what that does is, because he could have went for more, but I think what this does is it gives the Clippers flexibility to try to get a deal done with Paul George, and then to turn around and get another deal done with James Harden. They are proven. Ty Lue did a great job. They are proving that this formula is working right now. And so what better way to give you an opportunity to succeed in the future going into the new Clippers arena than to lock up these guys? Russell Westbrook is playing right now for a bag of pennies and some chicken wings right now, okay? He's on like a 2-year, $8 million deal, so they can keep him just how they have him, and it'll work out great for the Clippers organization. In NFL news, the Rams and the Detroit Lions are going to face off this weekend in the playoffs. And the significance of this playoff game is that 2 years ago, the Detroit Lions traded Matthew Stafford to the Los Angeles Rams for Jared Goff. Jared Goff had led the Rams to the Super Bowl, but then got there and laid an egg. They only scored 3 damn points in the Super Bowl. Okay. Rams said it's time for us to move on. They went and got Stafford. Stafford wins the Super Bowl his first year. Now, this is an opportunity for Jared Goff to end the Super Bowl hopes for the LA Rams. Okay. Especially, during a time where it seems that Matthew Stafford is starting to decline. It looks like he's, heading more towards retirement. But this is a way for Jared Goff, not necessarily to get the last laugh because the Rams won the Super Bowl. Okay. So their trade already paid dividends for them. But this is a good way for Jared Goff to kind of redeem himself from within, to say, you know what? You guys did your thing. Now it's my turn to take these Detroit Lions in the another direction, which is to the same promised land that Matthew Stafford took them. And lastly, Miami Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra signs an 8-year, $120 million extension with the Miami Heat. Now, there's many conversation on social media about the Miami Heat waiting until Eric Spoelstra's divorce was finalized before he gave him, before they gave him this deal. Let me tell you, people all over social media have, city boys, and all of them are just bashing Eric Spoelstra's ex-wife, saying, that the city boys are up, she got out of there before he got the major bag. And she even felt the need to respond to trolls saying, be nicer and, all this stuff like that. But I know for a fact that the Miami Heat said, you know what, we're going to give you the last laugh. I don't know for a fact, I don't want them saying, hey, but I'm speculating that they said, you know what, Eric, we're going to give you the last laugh. We're going to make sure that whatever you lost in this divorce, you're going to get back. And now you guys let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys next time here at V.S.O.P Sports Radio. Peace.